Hello, good morning. This is Scott. Welcome to the meditation live stream. And I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to Thursday. And, excuse me. Here on my channel, we're working with a meditation practice. And we're using awareness to develop the different dimensions of ourself. And these dimensions of our being make us up. They overlap. They form kind of like the wholeness of our being. And we have our body, our emotion, our mind, and our relationships. And we need at least those dimensions with which to have a good understanding of how things are. And when we're young, in my opinion, we're not really taught this information. So it's good to kind of learn it at some point and then with which to practice. And practicing every day matters because much like anything, you get better with practice. So I like to do a brief talk and then we'll get into that practice. And today we'll go for a half an hour. And I'd like to talk a little bit about today the word trust comes to mind, so I'll explore that for a few minutes and then we'll practice. So, trust is not blind. When we trust, we have to have actual reason to trust. And this goes with the relational dimension very strongly, because when we are in relationship either with ourselves or with others, trust plays a huge role in our ability to have healthy and positive relational experiences. And when I say trust is not blind, it means that we don't trust without proof. We have to give someone or ourselves someone to trust. And with people that suffer from addiction, what we have is your ability to say you're going to do something and then do the thing that you say becomes impaired. And so you prove, as someone that has an addiction, proves to themselves that they are not trustworthy because their body begins to understand that their intentions, coming in the form of words or like, I will get better tomorrow, or I will start my healing journey Friday, or something like that. But what people that suffer from an addiction do is their body begins to learn that they are not someone to be trusted. And we have to relearn this ability to trust and to follow through on the things that we say that we're going to do. And there's the harm that we cause ourselves, but then there's the kind of the collateral damage with the harm that we cause to others. Like saying things to impress someone so that they'll talk to you, or you might have a job interview where you try to put forth your best self. And I think we live in a world where people are putting forth their best self, but then really are not quite someone that lives at their best self. So there's sort of like a high masking component to the self, where like I want you to see and perceive me like this, but I'm actually like this, and if you were just see me like this, that's good, but if you were to perceive me here, you probably wouldn't love me or want to trust me at all. You know, there's these kind of, at least sort of two faces in us. But with practice, we can learn to transform this and learn to walk our talk. And we can't do that unless we are aware of these aspects of ourselves, the inside of relationship, the outside of relationship. And if we just know one dimension, we're missing out on the other. You know, there are people that are very good at the sort of the visual component, the outside of relationship. It looks a certain way. But then there are people that are good at the inside component of the relationship, and but they're missing out on both, because we do live in a world that has interiority, and we have both a world of objects and a world of subjects, and when we can come to kind of know those better through practice, we get a better result of experience, because we have more access to the wholeness of the situation. So, that being said, we'll begin, but before we do, I'm going to read from the Tao. This is a translation by Damo Mitchell, and I'm reading the stanzas to help get us in the divine mood. And we're running out of stanzas, so let's see. And we actually ran out of stanzas, so let's see here. I will read about Wu Wei today as a final. So today is the final day of the Tao, and I will have to find a new book to read from. So today I'll read Wu Wei. Wu Wei is translated mostly as non-doing. While this is correct, literal translation, it is perhaps most used to think of Wu Wei as non-governing or non-controlling. Otherwise, it is easy to fall into the trap of laziness, particularly in the early years of practice. It is only possible to achieve Wu Wei through simplicity. Wu Wei is the state of mind. Wu Wei is a state of mind. Wu Wei is the state, is a state the mind is led to through systematic daily practice over several years, rather than something that it is possible to do straight away. A person with Wu Wei can act without building layers onto themselves. They can remain separate while still being able to function in their daily lives. It is a curious contradiction that to reach non-doing or non-governance, Wu Wei, there has to be a process that helps lead to this place. The doing or governance way that leads to Wu Wei. So that concludes the Tao. So we'll begin practice now with our eyes closed, gently closing your eyes. Begin by tuning inside. Begin by feeling your body and your body's sensations. You can feel your body's temperature, pressure, tingling and pulsing, sense of aliveness. Subtle movement. feel your body's connection with the earth, your body's contact with the planet underneath you, supporting you. Begin now the practice of feeling and softening. On the in-breath, feeling your body. And on the out-breath, softening, melting down through your body into the earth. And the softening can feel like warm, melting honey that when it travels down through you, touching everything inside and outside, it's cleansed, healed, purified, and made whole. And then as it melts deep into the earth receives that energy, transforms it, and recycles it. With each cycle of breath, you get a little bit closer to your body and melt just a little bit deeper into the earth. Very good. And bringing your attention up now into your heart, feeling your heart space, center of your chest. You can, if you like, place your hand right there over your heart and activating your heart center. And on the in-breath, breathing into your heart. And on the out-breath, softening and expanding your heart. coming in contact with your emotions. You can notice what's present for you emotionally. And without making your emotions right or wrong, good or bad, just allowing yourself to feel a little bit in the shared space. Feeling things together is important for human beings because we're not meant to feel things alone. And you could be feeling any of the 5 main cardinal emotions, giving your life direction, like anger, sadness, fear, joy, or shame. And just noticing what you're feeling right now. You could also be feeling numb, and just letting yourself feel a little bit together. Very good. And bringing your attention up now into your head, feeling your head on the in-breath, and softening in and around your skull on the out-breath. You can, if you like, breathe into the third eye space, which is here between your eyebrows, or the top of your head, your crown, whichever feels correct for you. And just feeling and softening in and around your head. And you can notice how busy your mind is in terms of thoughts, and just learning to remain uninvolved with your thoughts. If you notice you get kind of pulled into a thought, you can always come back to feeling your head or your body for grounding. Where I am today, it's very windy. I can hear it moving all over my apartment here. So very good. And so now we'll spend a little time with our eyes open. Gently opening your eyes and allowing the work we did to remain present and not evaporate. And we'll practice in the relational space, inside and outside. So all relationships have both an outside and an inside, including the one to ourself. And so we'll practice by feeling outside on the in-breath around us, feeling around you on the in-breath, and then on the out-breath, feeling inside you. Just noticing the difference between the two. And if you like, you can add in qualities of love, compassion, and gratitude to your practice. You can feel love, compassion, and gratitude around you on the in-breath. And then on the out-breath, love, compassion, and gratitude towards yourself. Just practice sending and receiving love, compassion, and gratitude. Very good. And then from here we can set our prayers and our intentions for the day. I'll be quiet so you can do yours. May this work that we do transform our life, offering up blessings and healing, and ripple out into the community. Amen. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.